this relationship between everybody is going well.
Right.
How do you make that work? Like, if you had to give advice.
You have to put the kids first and just think about obviously getting along for them, putting your own stuff aside.
You know how to talk to each other.
Yeah, and you've never overstepped. And I think that when you check in with that person and say, let me know if you feel like I'm overstepping, is like you're their mom and now she's coming into this role.
That's what I feel like all the time, though. Like, that I'm like anxious about always is like, am I overstepping, or am I like, there are times that I don't know what my role is. And we kind of talked about it like with that dinner or whatever else. Like, when the kids are in the house, I know like I'm their authority figure, like, you know, like kind of person. But at the same time, I don't set the rules for your kids. Example, like, I don't tell your kids when to go to bed. If they want to go to a party, if there's no scheduling piece, it's not me who's going to decide if they get to go to that party or not. That's a talk to your mom, talk to your dad. I will talk
to you and Anthony and check how you feel about it also. And then if it's something like going to a party that, or is maybe something new that they haven't done yet.
Yes.
I did touch base with Anthony. We were at little Anthony's football game and I said, hey, this is the situation. Do you feel comfortable with this? I'll pick them up. They're not allowed to sleep over afterwards. And then he says yes. And
bigger
we
events,
go from there.
We go outside the house and communicate with you guys.
Right.
Okay.
But the day-to-day things, we'll check in just with each other. Things that are like no big deal.
Yeah. Like Linnea wants to come back to Rocky Point.
Yes.
You don't have to check in with us.
I don't need to ask Christine. Can she, you know,
right.
That's more like bigger events, like parties.
Can Gina sleep over tonight is not.
Yes. Another piece of advice, you have to be flexible. You know, it's hard to not have control all the time and just go off of your schedule.
Wait, what do you mean you don't have control?
You know, control it.
I'm always in control.
No, like we have to think of your schedule, Christine's schedule, Anthony's. I can't just go based off of Anthony and I, you know.
Right.
And then in terms of discipline, I'm not yelling at them, you know.
No, I'm not yelling, but so I sometimes like feel weird asking them to, hey, Anthony, throw on your shoes, come outside, help me rake the leaves. There's a piece of me that just kind of goes like, he could just say no, and you know, like,
and then what's gonna happen?
Yeah, like, you know, what am I saying to no? And the good part is, though, none of the kids have ever said no to anything. They've always
they're
just
good kids.
They are. Overall, they help.
Yeah.
But does that make sense? Like, that's where if it was James or Belle, and I was like, hey, come outside, help me rake the leaves, and they were like, no, I don't feel like it. I'd be like, put your shoes on.
Right. Yeah.
Get outside and rake the leaves. That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah. I think there's certain instances, like I'll be comfortable saying, hey, come help me do this, like bring in the groceries or something. And it's no problem. It never has been a problem. But if it's like, all right, someone is giving an attitude, major attitude, I'll say to Anthony, hey, listen, you might want to just go talk to them. Sometimes with the girls, I'm a girl. I'll handle certain situations.
Yeah.
Where Anthony maybe doesn't want to be involved with that one, you know, or I just think I'm just going to handle it. And sometimes it's both.
I think when you come back to it, it can be, you could have insecurity as a mom thinking, oh, she's going to be there for them in those moments. But you've just always respected that. You wrote me a beautiful letter before you got married, and you wrote the girls a beautiful letter about how you just want to be this extra person in their life that loves them, but we very much have our own separate roles. And the one thing that I think people can take from the situation is that, yes, they do have parents that are split, but they've gained two people that love them so much as well. So I really look at that as they're so lucky in that respect.